Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to another day, another Walking Thoughts. Last night I was watching a movie called Equilibrium. I don't know if anyone or all of you know what Equilibrium is, but it is a movie that was created in 2002 with the actor Christian Bale. And it's actually set in a futuristic dystopian reality, pretty much. And as I was watching this movie, I realized, wow, like this seems so true to what's happening right now in my day and age, in our day and age. And I thought, well, this isn't a review of the movie. This is a mix of a review of the movie and also my symbology of what the movie means to me. So in the movie, they got so sick of war, so sick of people killing people, that they decided that the one thing that was causing this was emotion. And they thought, well, how do we rid ourselves of this war, of this fighting? And they thought, well, what better way to just get rid of people's emotion? But how do you do that? How do you get rid of people's emotion? Well, you know, they invented a serum to take, repeatedly, so that they would not have these emotions. And it's just so interesting because everyone would be going about their day, going about their business, doing what they do. Their phone will beep, their watch will beep, and bang, that will be their cue to take this medicine, this serum, this liquid, whatever you want to call it. And that is how they managed to rid society of their emotion. And I thought, well, with everything that's going on in today's day and age, it's not that we are ridding ourselves of our emotion, it's just the fact of how similar it seems with this liquid that everyone else that we have to take. And it's not just one liquid, it is multiple liquids at multiple occasions. It's not just a one-off, exactly like this movie. Now, this movie was set in this futuristic dystopia, in Equilibrium, and everything is just so grey. Everything is so grey. The clothing there is all neutrals, and I'm talking about grey, black, possibly white, but it's like different shades of grey and brown. And every person is slotted into a different category. Not everyone does what we do with all our different businesses, all our different ideas. No, everyone in the movie is being trained to think one way, and that one way is to eradicate emotion. Now, in the story, they have these enforcers that uphold, the rules and regulations of the city. Now, this one particular person, one particular character, Christian Bale, he is so dead against emotion and what that can bring because he has been trained to think that way. He has been indoctrinated in that way of thinking. And then there's people they're called freedom fighters, which are called sense offenders. And the only reason they're called sense offenders is because they feel, because they refuse to take this liquid, because everything about humanity is about feeling. It's about oneness, it's about love, it's about compassion. It's even the negative thoughts or feelings of anger and stuff like that, because that is what we are. We are feeling beings, we are sentient beings. And to take away our freedom to feel goes against everything that we are as human beings. Now, in the movie, this enforcer realizes, he meets a female, and all of a sudden he starts to rethink, well, what would happen if he didn't actually take his medicine or this liquid? And he stopped taking it. And then once he stopped taking it, there's a scene in the movie where he wakes up and he feels his heart pumping. Like he just feels this beat going on inside of him. And he rips down the covering from his window because you can't look outside your window because it's all plastered up. So he rips it all down, and there's this beautiful scene of the city. It's raining, rainbow, the sun is coming up, and you can see on his face that he has never felt this kind of feeling before. And from that on, he decides that he is going to keep on feeling. Now, what he does is he joins the sense offenders in bringing down what society was, what was built around society, the rules and regulations of what was built around society. And he decides to help the sense offenders bring it down. But what I found interesting is in the movie, there was segregation. There was segregation in the movie, and it is such a beautiful movie and an amazing movie that was created early 2000. Now, sci-fi movies, you may be thinking, are just science fiction. But actually, a lot of the sci-fi movies do have a bit of truth in them. So going back to the movie, there was segregation. There was fear. There was fear on both sides. There was fear of what would happen if everyone started feeling again, and then there was fear of what would happen if they took this liquid continuously. Everyone lived in fear, but the sense offenders lived in hope. They lived in hope for a better day to come. And that's what we are living in this world now. We're living in hope for a better day to come. We are living in a way where we have felt like we have been segregated. I mean, not personally, because, you know, I don't go out to restaurants or anything like that, because I am a homebody kind of thing, or not kind of thing, kind of person. I am a homebody kind of person. And so we have felt segregated. We have felt like we have been split up. Humanity has been split up into these two different groups. And that's what I love about this movie, is because one person decided, you know what? I don't want to be this way anymore. I don't want to take this liquid. I want to see what's going to happen if I don't. And amazing things can happen. Our feelings, our emotions are our gift to us. We were gifted, we were given, we were born. It is our right to have these emotions. And it is our right to have unity. It is our birthright to be one with everyone, not to be segregated, not to be separated, not to live out a world where there's two different worlds. We live in a world where we're one people. And I know I keep talking about this one people, this unity, this united force, but it is true. It is true. We are a united force, and we need to keep being a united force, because there are things out there that are scary. Yes, there are things out there that are scary. But as a united force, we can face them, just like they did in the movie. They became a united force and they faced the scary shit. I probably need to bleep that out. But they faced it anyway. And we can too. We can, as a united force, can face the scary stuff together, because we have each other's backs. You know, we are not alone. We are together. We are one. So I just wanted to share that symbology and slightly a review. If you're interested in watching the movie, go ahead and watch the movie, because it is really interesting how they've taken this, how they've created this new world based on eradicating people's emotion and what happens to people when we don't have emotion. People become compliant. People become less thinkers. People become less inspired, and people become grey. I mean, we are multicolored beings. We are multidimensional beings. we are also multicolored. We have an array of color within us, from yellows to blues to greens to pearls to, you know, we are multicolored, multidimensional beings. And we are going through this experience, but we need to be going through this experience together as one people, as a united force. So if you're interested in watching the movie, it's called Equilibrium. It's got Christian Bale in it. It's done in 2002. One of my favorite movies out there. And you know, maybe have a look at what other sci-fi movies or what other movies that you've seen that could be possibly telling you the truth in a more of a story-like way, because there's a lot of them out there. There is a lot of them out there, and it's fascinating once you realize, once you can see the truth in the movies. It's interesting to see the truth around you. You start to see everything. You start to see the truth all around you. And once you start seeing the truth, there's no going back. You can't undo the truth. So if you're interested, check out the movie and just be happy. Love yourself, love everyone. Be a united force. Stand together, because that's what we need to do. And always remember that the doors of prosperity, opportunity, and abundance are opened. The universe has your back, you have your back, and I have your back. And until next time, people.